Okay,
Those
we're live.
This took nothing.
We are here. I know. It's just me and Casey over here
Yeah.
bobbing. But anyways, so it's another Thursday night. Super excited. We have our good friends Luke and Reece with Union Street Arts with us tonight. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Brittany Brainstorm I'm the creative director of Brainstorm Boutique. I have my sister Casey with me tonight. She is my right-hand person when it comes to design, and she's also a confidence coach. But tonight it's not about us. We are talking to Luke and Reece, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And we're going to be talking about leveraging media arts for your business and actually for anything. So, Luke, if you want to go and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having us. It's good to be here the second time on Brainstorm Boutique Live. Yay. Good to see you here.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I do media arts. We're streaming here from Union Street Arts tonight. It's our media production company we have here in Marion, Illinois.
Yes, go Marion.
Go Marion. We're here downtown. We love the neighborhood.
Love it.
We're stoked to be coming to you tonight from here. So what else do we do? We also right now are in the middle of wedding season, and Reece,
yes.
Reece and I will maybe talk more about that later. But that's a big part of what we're doing day to day right now. But I'll go ahead and throw it to Reece since I've had an episode before, and we'll dive more into Reece and sort of what he's got, his side of the story.
Okay, yeah. Well, my name's Reece. I'm working with Luke at Union Street Arts, and like Luke, I went to Marion. We're both SIU grads. Went there for film.
Salukis,
yeah.
Let's go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Right.
Yeah, a little bit of my background. Let's see. After graduating from SIUC, I've just been focusing on doing a little bit of commercial work, shooting weddings with Luke. Been practicing on just improving my skills and getting into some of that, like we were talking about, working with brands and really honing skills at using what I learned at film school and working with Luke, shooting weddings and all these things, and applying that to marketing and commercial work. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Which I want to add a disclaimer. This is the first time we've had 4 people on 4 different screens on our live stream. So this is a little groundbreaking for us.
Congrats.
But we've had Luke on the show before, and we were talking about live streaming. I think specifically we focused on live streaming a lot actually during that one. So Reece, you do a lot of from my understanding, so correct me if I'm wrong, like you do animation, is that correct?
Yeah, a little bit. I work and do some like 3D logos and stuff like that. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. That's really cool. And you also do like audio engineering and things like that as well. Is that correct? Or
Yeah. When I was going to SIU, one of the things that was I guess it wasn't a minor, but I focused on taking a lot of the audio engineering classes because I have a background in music.
Oh, wow.
Like Luke, we both, I think one of the first times we hung out, we played music, and that's how we hit it off, hanging out and working together. So doing marching band and things like that, always had a musical background. So that's really paid off going into this field, just always having really good audio for your video. Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so I'm curious, how did you two meet? Like, did you guys meet obviously before SIU because you both are from Marion, or did you really connect when you were at SIU?
I don't think we ever hung out ever. I don't think we ever crossed paths when we were at SIU. I'm not sure. It wasn't until a few years after. Yeah, he had moved back to Illinois.
That's
and that was when we connected. And,
we did. We reconnected. We both went to Marion school, so I knew, Reece's, our sisters are the same graduating class.
Okay.
So it's familiar through our sisters, but yeah, we really went to the same SIU program, but really didn't connect till after. Like Reece was saying, I moved back and we reconnected on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Some DMs, and then we reconnected. Well, you know what? No, we hung out. It was a group of friends, Reece. It was a couple different things, and it just sort of yeah, it sort of clicked, from there.
Wow. Leave it to sisters to make friendships happen,
Exactly.
I love that. I think
That's right.
awesome.
The sisters.
So, okay, now I'm just being nosy because I realize I don't really know the story of you two working together with Union Street Arts. Tell us how that happened. I'm curious.
Okay. But I guess we'd already worked together shooting a couple small, I think we did that one video for a landscape.
We had done a few different projects. Yeah.
I guess we had done maybe a couple weddings, but I wasn't officially working with Union Street and White Oaks with that. So
yeah, we were just sort of freelancing at that time.
Yeah.
Before we before Union Street was even around, so we sort of had that working creative background before we started. But then when Union Street started, we were like, Reece and myself and Vinny, we kind of came together, and Reece was we started doing those live streams. If you know the story of how we sort of started, it was with those live streams.
Yes.
And Reece was, we got a crew together, and Reece was, Reece is, I call Reece the wizard.
Whoa.
Because Reece is so good. And it's like so talented, such a talented guy. But so we were just sort of doing all kinds of different stuff, making these live streams happen.
It's a mix of like music and video and live and just
a whole combining of a lot of different skill sets.
Yeah.
Anyways, and it just sort of went from there.
So you guys have done a lot. You guys have done a lot of like live recording live streams, right? With like with bands and stuff. Is that kind of how it started, or was it? I'm being nosy.
Yeah. I think that was one of the first things was we recorded. I think it was a jazz piano player.
It was Mel Goot.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And we did a few other ones, other productions too. But it was mostly music to start. That was sort of our, like Reece said, Reece and I are both, that's sort of where we first connected. We're, passionate about music too. So, I don't know how deep or dirty a story we got here.
Good. No, that's perfect. That's perfect.
That's
actually,
sort of,
my mom commented. She said, "Go Brainstorm Boutique with all these hearts." Thank you, Mom. We love it. We always love your love. Shout out to my mom, Melanie Vickett.
Shout out to all the moms.
We shout out to all the moms, all of them.
Oh yeah.
Who may be watching tonight. So thank you. Anyways, so you guys start. So, okay, let me ask you this. Luke, was Union Street Arts a thing that you started and then you brought Reece on, or what does that look like?
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. It was sort of, I had the idea, and I was like, this is something I can see, I just had a vision of this, doing these types of projects. And, since Reece and I had been working together on other stuff, I knew how, we had become friends, and,
and he's a wizard.
Just as natural got involved, in the whole process. So I don't know. I think that's Reece. Is that right? I mean,
I think so. Yeah. Like just naturally there was a good workflow. Like we communicated well together, and it just made sense to just continue building that out and just keep expanding on what we're doing.
And basically it was, we couldn't do it, the types of streams and the types of things we wanted to do, we envisioned, we can't do it, alone. So we had to, team up, create a team around us to help us like see the vision and buy into it and work towards.
I love that. We got a comment here from your mom, Rebecca O'Neill. She says Reece helped Luke film an ArtStarts commercial for Newsies early on.
Another one.
Nice.
So leave it to moms to remember the details.
It's a mom parade.
Yes.
Love it.
We're here for it.
That was a lot of fun. We shot a few different car dealerships around town. We had this script. It was a fun shoot. This was when the mayor was running for election, pre-election, and I don't know, we had a fun time writing the script and working with him on that. And anyways, it was a blast. So, we've had a lot of fun with projects. That's one of the best parts about, this team or whatever. We just have so much fun doing the different things, and we try to
That's
keep that.
the important
try to
part.
keep it fun. Try to remember to have fun.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Well, me and Casey, we work so well together. It's just, I don't know, for a while, I guess I was kind of doing this by myself, but then I was always calling Casey and talking to her. And I was like, wait, why are you not just working with me?
Yeah,
exactly.
What a difference it makes when you don't have to do it alone, So you guys have Union Street Arts, and we talked about live streaming, I feel like a lot, Luke. You guys are now offering so much more over there. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We've sort of, since the last time we talked, sort of shifted into like more still in video and audio, but more into like video podcasting, video marketing, stuff like that. We've added to our services, what different type of projects that we're taking on right now.
You've started working with Ethos with their podcast. I've been seeing that. I love those. They're so much fun because they're video and audio, which is a really cool combination.
That's, thank you. We love that. We love working with Ethos on the Small Town Big Business podcast. All right, shout out. There it is.
Oh,
cute.
Go subscribe.
I love it.
Shameless plug here for the podcast.
Yes, love it.
Yes. We've had a lot of fun doing that, and the video aspect. That's how I, video is the the means of how I watch all my content. It's just the best, most efficient way that we know how to do content. And that's sort of how we're pitching that. Is you record for an hour, and you can take these clips from or moments from these longer streams or podcasts or whatever to recycle, repurpose, and reuse the content that you're using, which we've been working with Brainstorm Boutique and you, Brittany, on doing that exact thing.
Yes,
which we have been loving doing, and can't wait to see more of that.
I know. I'm so behind on posting. I think we lost Casey here. She's had some internet issues, so hopefully she pops back in. But until here she comes.
Sorry, dropped out.
You're back. But yes, we've been doing these live streams since February, and it's just been so much fun getting to talk to all these different people. And it's all been on Facebook and YouTube. And I was like, man, there's so many people I haven't seen, the clips on Instagram. So Luke and Reece have been fantastic. Like, you guys are like turning them around so fast, and I feel like such a slacker because I've only posted one, but it's going to happen. I'm going to get my act together.
You better.
On social media.
We want to see
I know.
those.
Well, I got so many. We're planning on technically taking some time off in November and December. So we're going to hopefully be flooding the internet so no one forgets about us.
Oh, never.
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 But yeah, so you guys have been doing these video and audio podcasts for Ethos. And so, like, what's your guys' role when you do that? Since you're a team, but you each kind of have your own skill sets, what do you do?
So we sort of work together on sort of, the production side, sort of the lighting, the camera, the action,
Reece and I, pre-production. Yeah.
Right. So, we work together directly on all of that. Now we've kind of got to the point where it's we're not having to do as much pre-production on the setup or whatever, tear down. So it's more on the post-production too, which Reece also works. We both are editing all the podcasts, and we sort of both have hands in all of it. So we have sort of produce the show, do the audio engineering, sort of the live switching editing, the video and audio side, and then we just deliver we deliver the show. We take it back to our studio where Reece is at now. Do the audio, and if there's any video edits that we need, we do that here as well. Is that anything?
That's awesome.
Reece, is that maybe you can talk a little bit more about some of the your process there, but
and the space is kind of evolving as we go on, which is kind of cool. Like the more we refine the process, it keeps just getting faster and sounding better, and it's really fun to do that. But yeah, we just kind of divide and conquer. We both have certain things that we're good at, and we're really good at splitting up and just knocking out the task at hand.
I love that. Actually, we got a comment here from Russ Williams, who's one of the co-hosts on the Ethos podcast, Small Town Big Business. Hey, thanks, Russ,
Shout out
for watching.
To Russ.
Yes, him and Allison do such a great job together on that podcast.
They make our job so easy. We literally just show out. We show up and they put a great show on, and the interviews are great, and a lot of insight that we've been able to take and apply just from sitting there listening, and being able to have those direct connections to different business leaders throughout the community. So it's been a great, amazing experience. Really, we love it, and we can't wait to do more.
I love that. So
more to come. We'll just say that. We'll just say that.
More?
More to come.
What does that mean?
We'll leave it at that for now.
Okay. So here's another question for you guys. How can a business or a brand leverage the use of live stream and podcasting?
Okay.
Just like in general, or not in general, but however you want to answer it.
Really, it's to tell their story, to connect to their target market, and in a way that is more, authentic and raw feeling, and be able to go into more depth. Sometimes, marketing, you spreads out really far and you're reaching this number of people, but you're really they're just seeing it for 1 second and they're, continuing on, but not really digging deeper into some of the more nuanced approach, I guess, of trying to connect with an audience. And it's efficient. I'll say that again. It's like a very efficient way, like the most efficient way that we know how to make like a lot of content. And, efficiency is everything. At the end of the day, our time is the most valuable resource we have, and like making our systems efficient as possible and utilizing our time is ideal.
Yeah, that's the key thing right there, is utilizing your time and finding a way to get your story out there far and wide. And sometimes it's not really about hitting all the masses, but making sure that your message is really specific to hit exactly who it is you're trying to reach. Because even if you have like 10,000 followers, but 10 people listen to your podcast and they're exactly the 10 people you want to buy into your business, then you've done your job there.
Yeah.
So Reece, whenever you were, okay, let me backtrack a little bit. Say if a business comes to you guys, like any kind of business, do you think podcasting would work for any kind of business? Or do you think it's like, I don't know, would a product-based business benefit from having a podcast, or versus a service-based business?
I think they both could equal value. Gain equal value from them. With the thinking back on the first part of the question, sorry.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry about that.
You're okay.
Could you rephrase the first question?
Yeah. Do you think like product-based businesses could also benefit from having a podcast versus like we're in marketing. So it's like for us to interview people and to hear their stories makes sense. Do you think like, I don't know, well, just think of like Scoop. I can hear Scoop chewing in the background. Scoop, if she's, you know, if someone like had like a dog chew toy business or something, do you think there's a way that they could leverage their a podcast?
Oh, completely. Yeah, especially if they have a personal connection to that product, which I assume they would if they're making maybe a dog toy. And just hearing that personal connection, I think podcasts are a really great way, and especially if you're working just in audio, there's a lot of people who are more comfortable just recording audio, just talking and opening up that way, and you get a more authentic piece of content out of that interview of that style. I think that podcasts lend themselves to those kinds of authentic responses that people respond really well to.
And I think
like
it comes
that.
down to branding too. You know, I think any brand, any like, you know, thing that gets your story out there, gets what your messaging to penetrate, I think should be utilized to, you know, its full extent. And podcasting is definitely a way to do that. Is it the only way to do that? Of course not. There's lots of ways. And I think the best way is to do as much, do as much as you can. I like a dog treat or a dog toy company, for example, if they have some sort of, I don't know, but like some sort of aesthetic, or some sort of messaging campaign, that they can use to, further impact. I don't know, Casey, where'd you get that dog toy?
This.
Yes.
Pookies.
This is a real market data analysis here on this dog toy. So
what was that?
What is Pookies? Is it?
Pookies is it's a dog supply store down the street from where I am right now. I'm not in the States. I'm in Canada right now.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Well, I think they could. I don't know why you grabbed that toy if you thought it was your, just in passing, your dog likes a certain type of toy or whatever. But I don't know. I think it just comes down to just the branding,
Yeah. So like have
you ever seen Wild One from Target?
I don't know.
They have some of the best branding I've ever seen, especially for dog toys, because it was like the first time that I ever saw like widely contemporary urban kind of colors, like street colors, and very quiet dog toys. It's really interesting. Wild One and Fable, I think, like have like some of the most interesting like dog branding that are really, really on point to the consumer that they're going for.
That's really cool.
I was gonna say,
sorry,
just from like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, if they're a brand that talks about, like fellowship of dog owners, people could get on and talk about, what they do with their pets, like maybe even like how they've met people through their pets, and maybe share like their friendships and how those are built because of their pets. And, with a specific messaging like that would definitely reach out to people who are very passionate about their animals, but then also get to hear people tell their story and how other relationships are formed over this concept of, we're a brand who is here to be, who's here to serve your pet and you. So I find it fascinating, like how there's so many podcasts out there specifically like for certain topics and certain more like service-based businesses, but I would love to see more focused around product-based businesses because I think they could do some cool stuff with it.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. I could see like different dog stories, how many, Scoop's adventure, with Casey on a podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot of,
or even fiction-based podcasts.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Casey just messaged me. She said everyone was frozen the whole time I was talking about the dog treat. So I think we've lost her. That's okay, Casey. We're glad you were here for a bit, but we'll keep the show must go on. So we'll keep talking. Anyhow, I think it would be really interesting, especially with the concept of like fiction writing with podcasting. Anyways, Now, now I'm just sitting here wanting to like dive in deeper with podcasting. But.
Well, that kind of is a good segue into some of the more audio services that that we do here. You know, Reece, maybe Reece can elaborate more on that side of things. But you know, like audiobooks, or maybe Reece, you can just talk more about some of the audio side.
Yeah. We've got it's actually behind me. We've got some panels back here, and behind there's some microphones and stands, and those help keep the sound in. And we've done a lot of commercial like voiceover work, things like that.
Oh wow!
We've had there's a couple bands recording. One just put out their EP, and currently we've got another band lined up to come in. So we've got a lot of music coming up for sure, but there's more on the commercial side as well. Yeah,
definitely.
That is so cool. Do you guys do the voiceovers? Do you have other people come in and do voiceovers? How does that work?
A mix of both. Yeah, we all have our own bit of experience with performing arts and sides like that, so we're not afraid to get in there when we need to and you know do what we can. But we've also had other people come in and yeah.
I love that. Okay, I'm going to do a shameless plug right now. My stepfather, he is trained as a voiceover actor.
Wow.
So if you ever need a mature male voice, I got somebody for you. Casey just commented, my Wi-Fi went down and the data isn't strong enough here to keep me streaming. That's okay, Casey. We appreciate the time we had.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
But please leave comments. So how can someone leverage audio for their business then? I know we talked about podcasting, which also kind of leads into live streaming as well. But if someone needed audio services, like is it for like radio commercials, or like what exactly do you do with your audio services?
We haven't done as much radio or like terrestrial type radio work for businesses, but that's definitely one route to go. Radio is still really big, and there are a lot of like there's like the ad spaces for businesses during podcasts like these, where people have products that they do want to sponsor that may correspond with other podcasts. Relate to those products, and having a little ad even from your own podcast to listen to another podcast and just building on that is a really great way to do that.
Yeah, let me add another plug. If anybody wants to sponsor my podcast, go for it. I'm doing this all for free, folks, all for free. But that's such a great idea, because I know you guys do. Does Ethos, do they have sponsored spots like during the middle of their podcast where they play ads, or is it like at the beginning or the end?
So it's at the 30-minute mark, and at the end, there's a sponsor read that Russ and Allison do.
I love that.
One of the things I want to say about leveraging audio for a business is, you know, one of my favorite ways, it was beyond podcasting, would be, you know, with the theme music. So for the podcast, we did the custom music for the intro and the outro to play as sort of the brand sound. And actually, we have to shout out to Russ for that. Russ came to us with a specific song in mind, a specific artist and a specific song, and it was like, I think this would be the sound for the podcast, for the brand. And we were like, that's perfect. Let's do it. So we went into the studio, laid down some tracks, got the sound, and really was able to set the tone of the brand, of the content with the audio music. You know, music is one of the most powerful centers connected to emotion in the brain, right? So emotion, memory, all this kind of stuff that creates an impact, gets your message out, a feeling, we try to drive emotions out with our content, with our stories, our films, and music is. You have to be leveraging music for your business and brand. That's my opinion.
I am not doing that. I need to talk to you guys. I need to stop. Casey, so before you started talking about music, Casey put radio gets results, and then she says also O'Reilly proves that jingles work.
Yeah.
Yes. O'Reilly's, but I can't sing, so we'll just let that be that.
Or
But
Quattros
anyhow,
for our Southern
Quattros.
yes,
Quattros,
absolutely.
shout out. Yes. So we that's a huge way, that we love, that we, are passionate about as well. And create something.
So
cool,
if I come to you guys and I'm like, I like this song, but obviously I can't use it because of copywriting. Can you guys create me something that's within the realms where it's similar but legal?
Yeah.
We could do that, but we're not going to, take somebody's song and replicate it. We're going to create something unique, something that, we add our flair and our flavor to. There's different, things that make up music, that, we can motif and stuff like that and get that emotion. Really what it comes down to is we can drive an emotion. That's what I'll say to that. But yeah, we can.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like how you stick to your guns though, and you're like, we're not copying anybody. We're going to do our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No, I mean, it's all, we have to,
Okay, we have a comment here from Rebecca. She said, who performed the music you recorded for, that you wrote for Small Town Big Business?
We both did.
Yeah, both of them.
Really?
Yeah, we both played different parts. I think we started with the drum. Reece did a drum set, right, to start, and
yeah.
Played a little guitar. I played a little piano. Reece laid down some bass.
Yep.
And then some oohs and ahs.
What don't you guys play?
That's about it. The Vuvuzela.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
Soccer game.
Oh no. Oh wait, you think you just blow on that, right?
Right.
I don't.
I think so.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is. See, I am not a music person.
But that's
I think
one way.
Reece, I think we might be losing your audio a little bit. So
yeah.
we'll
No.
So we'll
I'll jump in.
We can still hear you. Yeah. We're over here talking about audio, and the mic's like, I'm just gonna do my own thing right now. So that's okay.
We're live. Anything can happen.
We're live. Anything can happen.
That is also.
I'm waiting for my dogs to start howling in the background, so it's all good. It's all good.
I'm perfect. More the merrier. Is it full moon?
So,
not yet.
It might be. It might be some.
Getting close to
Halloween.
I don't know.
It is. It's dangerously close. We're halfway there. Mm-hmm. So my other question for you guys, I'm just like peppering you with questions. I'm just like attacking you with questions.
Keep it coming. I love this.
So one of the things we were discussing earlier is your wedding photography or videography business.
Yes. White Oak Wedding Films. Shout out to
White Oak Wedding Films. Yes. How long have...
Shout out, plug there.
Yes. White Oak Wedding Films. When did that start?
That White Oak started, I have been doing weddings since I was a student at SIU.
Really?
So that's where I first got into weddings. There was a couple guys in my film schoolmates that were going to be filming a wedding, and I heard about it just like through mutual friends that a couple guys are going to be shooting a professor's wedding this weekend. And I thought to myself, and was encouraged to go with them and like second shoot or just get some shots just so I could have it for my as a potential thing that I could do when I graduated college, using some of the skills that I had learned, just a practical thing. And I went and I did, and I'm so glad I did, because I was able to get those shots, create a highlight reel out of that one wedding. And then I moved down to New Orleans and started doing weddings down there immediately after graduating. Wow. From that one wedding that I did before, got thrown into doing 13-hour day weddings in the French Quarter with like very little experience, and just sort of sink or swim in that environment. And that's where I really learned how the ins and outs of the wedding industry, and how what's up with the timeline, and just working with photographers and vendors and yada yada yada. So I kept doing that for a few years. Had moved around a bit more, kept doing weddings. And then when I moved back to Southern Illinois in 2019, it was 2019. That's when I started White Oak Wedding Films.
Wow.
And started doing weddings here in Southern Illinois market. And we've been doing it ever since. And I think, Reece at that time pretty much started about that same time, once we moved forward. Now 2020, we had months of, where we weren't doing weddings.
Yeah.
And so now this year and moving into next year, we're looking to do, to kind of recover some of what we missed out on whenever, the beginning of 2020.
Pandemic.
Mm-hmm. But basically we've been doing that ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've been doing weddings for years.
I've been doing weddings for about 5 years, going on my 6th season.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. So Reece, how long have you been doing weddings?
I did photography for a couple weddings at first, and that kind of got my start, just kind of assistant shooting on that. And then I helped Luke out, I think, at a ceremony one day, and then just kind of went all in. It's really fun because you get to kind of apply all the photo skills and things you learn in film school, but like you have no control over anything.
You have no control.
It's just like you gotta get the shot, make it look good, and that's really fun. It's just a constant way to keep sharpening your skills, and it always keeps you on your toes. So it's kind of addictive to do. It's really fun. Yeah.
I think the thing that's most fascinating to me about weddings is nothing ever goes quite to schedule. It's you really have to be flexible to be in the wedding business.
You have to learn to roll with it and just talk about making sure you're having fun. If you're not keeping that a priority up front in the wedding industry, you'll get eaten alive.
Yeah.
And when you deal with your couples as well, and like you said, the timeline and everything, if you're not having that as your center, try to make sure everybody's having as good a time as possible, and you're there to capture that and to be able to share that. That's what we try to focus on every single wedding.
I bet you two have so much fun.
It is
doing weddings together.
I love it. It is a lot of fun. What can we say? It's fun.
Well, speaking of fun, I'm going to bring up your more to come. You guys have really just begun with the White Oak wedding, so there's so much more that can happen. I'm going to share your website, and for anyone who is looking for a wedding videographer or knows someone who wants one, I just want to make sure that we highlight your website and all the things you guys have to offer on here. I think this is so lovely. Films for Lovers. I think that's wonderful. And you guys have a lot of your real weddings on here. If people want to take time to watch this.
Yeah, there's examples on here. So basically, each of our weddings are a highlight film. Is sort of what we're delivering it, and that's based on duration of time that we're filming. And so there's sort of examples of the highlight films. We do ceremony films, or we can edit the ceremony in its entirety. So there's examples throughout our website. If anybody wants to are interested in booking us for a wedding, take a look at some of the highlight films, get an idea for our style, what we bring. A lot of aerial cinematography that we do as well. We love nature. Like, we're big nature people as well, we should say. So we love shooting in just green pastures. Here it was on the Mississippi River down in Scott City, Missouri, all along the river, just beautiful trains, barges coming by. We get an idea of what we do. Reece, you have anything to add to that? I don't.
No, I think you summed it up great.
Okay.
No, that was fantastic.
So whenever you were talking about like the different packages you offer, you guys offer pretty in-depth, I feel like, video highlight reels. And then that's kind of like I want to use the word montage, but takes all like the key highlights of that day and puts it all
montage.
Together.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe
Cinematic
it.
montage. I love that. And then if someone's like, you know what, I want to actually watch the full like ceremony, like everything from beginning to end, unedited, just see the actual ceremony. You guys offer those too, where you can like add on those kinds of packages for your services.
Absolutely. One of the hardest parts of doing wedding videos is picking what can stay, because there's so many good moments throughout the day, so many shots that we love, but getting it all to fit sometimes is a big challenge. So that's why we do offer some of those more in-depth videos, so people are able to relive their day in greater depth, more than just a montage. You can really see every single quivering lip or tear coming down the face, and we're making sort of heirloom videos that our couples will be able to cherish for a generation. These we're making to document and share the love, and really to be able to help preserve that moment, so whenever our couples have kids and their kids, they're able to see what grandma was like at her wedding day. Think about our family pictures. You always see the photo from the wedding, right? Back in history.
Yeah.
So now there's going to be these videos that people will have around, and it just is such a photos are great for displaying on walls, but video, you can't relive something more. It just lets you relive so much more than anything else. And on a day like your wedding day, it's so special to us to be able to capture those moments and to be able to share them with our couples.
Absolutely. Well, I love this one. I love Megan. So Megan and Ben's video is one of my favorites. And actually, Luke, I knew about you before we ever actually met, because Megan kept talking about, oh, Ben's friend Luke is doing our video,
Nice.
And I remember watching it and absolutely loving it. It's just the cutest.
Thank you.
And
that was a fun one
too.
Yeah, we have the best couples, to be honest. Like, they're such amazing, like, kind-hearted people. It's just, I don't know, I say like likeness attracts, and I feel like we've been so lucky with our couples and our clients, and who the types of people that we are wanting to attract, and it's amazing. And I'm so excited for White Oak next year. Like, we've been doing a lot of marketing push. Shout out
yes,
Brittany, for your help with that.
Yes, some good old brainstorming session.
It's been hugely valuable for us, so thank you so much for that.
You know what, I had so much fun. I offer brainstorm intensives for businesses that want to really like focus in on one thing with their marketing. So me and Luke, we kind of talked about what he was needing for his business. And then I just kind of go back and start putting together a little guide with all my random thoughts. So I see where you guys have been crushing it already. Like, I've actually been kind
Nice.
of jealous. I'm like, man, I need to get my marketing act together for myself and my business.
Sure.
See, Luke and Reece being able to put together some great content. It's been really inspiring for me to watch.
Oh, thanks, Freddie. You know, it's been awesome, you know, working with you. We love it. And like, you know, I value what you do so much.
Aww.
And, you know, I'm gonna stick to that because you know, I'm like, Reece, we have to stick to this, man.
Do it.
Like this is Brittany's work. We have to follow through, man. Because I know how valuable what, you know, you offer is. And you know, that's what we want. That's exactly that, you know, who we love to work with, you know.
Well, that
So
makes me
shout out
happy
to
to
you,
hear.
Brittany.
I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Well, so what do you guys feel is next for White Oak Wedding Films? I mean, I know obviously you want to add on more clients, but are there certain kinds of weddings you're hoping to attract? Is there certain kinds of people, or do you just really love the variety of working with so many different types of people in weddings?
Yeah, we love working with a variety of people. You know, what's next? You know, we have been sort of establishing ourselves in this local market the past year, and the next year we'll continue to do that. But we also, you know, are expanding out of this exact 618 Southern Illinois market. We're taking weddings in multiple states now. We're in 5 different states.
Congrats.
Thank you. And we're next year potentially adding more. So that is something that we're really excited about. You know, we are holding it down here in our market, and we're gonna have, you know, we have our targets and everything, but we're also excited about expanding out and just taking the, you know, specific ones, you know, that are, you know, we have to travel to. But really, you know, holding it down here.
More Southern Illinois weddings.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more. This is our home base. You know, this is our, you know, this is our home. Yeah.
So one thing you mentioned to me, which I kind of, you know, I see the crossover with Union Street Arts and White Oak Wedding Films, is when you mentioned the possibility of couples wanting custom music with their wedding films. Is that something you guys are offering?
Absolutely. Sort of similar, you know, to, you know, the custom music services that we do commercially. You know, it's something that we've done, and we're looking to do more. And it's a specific, you know, licensing thing. What it comes down to is licensing music for videos, and a lot of songs, you know, are thousands of dollars to stream or to license. And we have licensing services that we use as well. But again, it goes back to that emotional driven story, and, you know, again, being able to customize that as much as possible to drive on those emotions, or whether it's a first song, again, something that we can make to hit a similar tone, or multiple songs, you know, like a beginning, middle, and end to the films themselves.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I think
custom
there's so
music
much
we love,
and
we have so much fun. Like that's probably, I told Reece this when we did the Small Town Big Business theme song. That was the funnest day at work, and like almost, I don't know, it's so long ever, you know, just being able to go in there and, you know, to do that. So we love it. We're passionate about that, you know, and we see and feel that value that and the power of music that it can bring. So
yeah. So do you guys, I hate to use the word play, but I think in order to create something really unique, you have to have permission to play with whatever the media it is that you're using. Do you feel like you guys get time to play with music or with stuff, or do you feel like you're always so like point A to point B where you have to like push something out?
Not enough.
No. Yeah.
You know, not as much as I would like.
Yeah.
But we do. I feel like, Reece. I feel like we both are, we know that, what makes us tick as people, as artists, and what we need to be successful. And that might mean for us, to play piano or to play music, to have a mental exercise, something that's not what we're doing, and really the need to play, and the freedom to fail, whenever you're trying to, explore or have a breakthrough, that's a necessity to allow for. So we definitely are intentional, but I think, we could always use more. But, at certain times.
Yeah. It's all part of the process. It's like work for a little bit and then maybe take a 30 minute break until I come back to it, just to like let your brain relax for a minute and then come back to the work. And then
Yeah, I think that's so important because I don't think I give myself enough time to play as much these days. And I think that's why Casey and I are looking forward to having a couple months of not working like in our business and work kind of more on our business, because sometimes you get so focused on, this is the task that needs to be done and this is what we're going to deliver, that you don't really have time to experiment with like different things, whether it be like different styles. For me as a designer, like I just want to experiment with different color combinations, like to me that brings me joy, but I haven't really had the opportunity to just play around with that sort of thing. So I'm definitely curious how you guys have an outlet to do that.
This whole past year has kind of been like that, with all the different things that we've tried, whether it's the live streaming or the murals or the art fair or the, podcasting, we've really just been experimenting on what's going to stick, what's our focus, and that's sort of where we're at now, is moving back to our focus, moving out of the COVID's, season into, recovery. That's, and that is our media services, right? That's our foundation, and the weddings and video production, commercial work. I know we're getting close to running out of time here, Brittany, but there's more what we could get into, with our commercial side as well. That will be, you might have to have us back on once that
I always
side is a little
reason
more
to have Union Street Arts back on. You know that.
Great. We'll save it.
Let's save that for part 3.
We'll save that. Sounds good.
Because we're gonna still do our live streams when we're technically off of work. So so we'll just have to find a time in the winter.
You let me know.
Winter's upon us. Winter's coming.
It is. I'm actually ready for the winter.
Yeah, me too. It's a good time to hibernate and then just like reassess things, So let me ask you this. If someone wants to work with you guys, we obviously named off a lot of things. We talked about a lot of things earlier and how they can work with you. But what are some like projects that you're kind of like manifesting or you're hoping that will come your way?
So more stuff like this, more podcasting, live streaming services, specifically with like Zoom calls, or we're using the different platforms. If they want to reach out to us, they can message us, send us an email. That's what one small piece that we're really excited about is adding more sort of shows like that. And let's see.
Have you gotten a lot of interest in the local area with podcasting?
There has been. So, we're sorting. We're sort of putting it out there, trying to also educate people as well on why it's important or why they might do it. But there is a handful right now. A a lot of times people come to us with project ideas, and it's, conceptual, and it takes time to sort of launch some of these things. Sometimes the ins and outs of figuring out the exact style, aesthetic, everything. It takes time, but there has been. So yes, local area, and that's specifically in Marion and Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and I also want to add for anyone who's listening, whether you're live or watching the replay, that if you're wanting to build like a personal brand, podcasting is an excellent way to do that. And if you're not sure how to do it or how to get started, like clearly here's your guys right here that you could connect with and talk with them about doing something of that nature, because there's a podcast for everything and anything out there. Like I have a favorite podcast just for photography or just for business, but then there's freaking true crime podcasts. There's literally anything that you want, it's out there. Or there's like even like mini series podcasts that might only be like a 1 season long, but it's for a specific story that someone wants to tell. There's definitely a way for anybody to be leveraging that media, that form of media.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we'll be announcing more services to come, where people will be able to come and not have to worry about all this equipment that we're using. Be able to come in and record and sit there and just do it and not have to worry.
Make it accessible.
And we can deliver something that's well produced, polished, without our clients necessarily having to deal with that.
So like how you guys are going to Ethos, like people can come to you. That's what you're saying. That's exciting. Okay. That's good to know. So in that regard, what would be like your dream project to come your way this year, next year? What are we manifesting for you?
I feel like we're working on it right now.
You are? Is it top secret?
Well, it can be
top.
It's definitely in development and still conceptual phase, but I'll just say we're working on, a tourism project that we are putting together. But that's all I can say.
Okay.
Right now,
I love a little secrecy.
But we're really excited about, also, the video podcasting, but also just video marketing. Specific video series that is within one marketing campaign. So we're working on a project right now that you'll be seeing more hopefully soon about.
I love it. I'm excited.
And trying to bring people to this region. So that's and highlight that. So that's all I can say. Too much already.
That's okay. That's all right. Anyone who's watching, you heard it, but we can't discuss anymore. It's top secret, and I can't wait till you show off whatever it is you're working on.
We might just have to have another brainstorm offline, Brittany.
Yes,
So let's
I'm
connect.
Here.
Let's connect when this is over.
I love it. That makes me excited. Well, guys, I'm going to let you kind of tell how people can reach out to you. And I know you each kind of have your own unique skill sets, but you also overlap in skill sets. So, Reece, I'm going to go ahead and let you tell people how they can connect with you. And then Luke. And then, guys, our time is up.
It's been fun.
It goes by so fast.
It's been really fun. Well, you can reach out to me on Instagram. It's reece.smoot, just a period in the middle, all lowercase, or reecesmoot.com without the period. I do a little bit of everything. I do commercial work for personal or like businesses. I've done logo animations for some local businesses. Any audio work, audio engineering, live sound, anything that has to do with audio or video, I'm down to work on it and work with your product and business to get that out there. Yeah, and bring it through Union Street too. So.
Awesome. Luke, you're up.
Well, reach out to us if you are interested. You can send us an email, Union Street Arts on Facebook or Instagram, unionstreetarts@gmail.com. White Oak Wedding Films, whiteoakweddingfilms.com. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. Get at us, follow us. We're trying to get our Instagram count up there. We've been slacking.
Yes.
So we're trying to move that up. So follow us on Instagram.
They're not slacking anymore, though.
White Oak Wedding Films. Yeah, and that's it. Come by the murals. Here in Marion. Check out our spot.
They're the coolest building in Marion. Like the coolest, hands down.
Oh, well, we like it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
They're all being humble about it, but it's seriously like the coolest building in Marion. So, by the way, are there more murals in store for Union Street Arts, or is it top secret as well?
No, it's not a top secret, but you can you'll be seeing. Let's just say this: we haven't put the paintbrushes down just yet.
Okay, that's exciting. I look forward to it.
Let's just leave it there.
Union Street Arts with all their secrets and their mystery. So I have had so much fun talking to you guys.
Hopefully we could shed some light here.
Hopefully,
all our mysteries.
All their mysteries that will all be publicly announced eventually. Reece, I think this is the most we've ever talked, and so hopefully there are more conversations in the future.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you so much, and Luke, it's always a pleasure. So you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much, guys. Definitely check out Union Street Arts. Check out White Oak Wedding Films. I have both their websites in the comments, and follow them on social media. What are you waiting for? So you guys have a wonderful evening, and I am going to go ahead and end this live stream, okay?
Thanks, Brittany.
Thanks.
Thank you.